Hi, I'm Shaka Hislop, and you're here at Extra Time TV.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hey everyone, welcome to a special edition of the EXTV Podcast, the third version. And first off, I'd like to tell everyone thank you for the support. The response has been overwhelming. I'm seeing the comments, the views, the likes, the shares. It means a lot, folks. It means a lot from all over the planet. You know, we're trying on new way of doing things, and this is really amazing to see the response. We're trying new things. It's a new year. It's a new show, new things, new colors, whatever. In this new format, though, these topics that we're choosing, it's not us. It's you, the viewer. You viewers get to choose the topics and talk about what you want to talk about, which is how it should be. Of course, we have our guidelines, and there are things that maybe will slip in, and there's a lot of topics we can only squeeze in a lot of time, and a lot of topics in a lot of time because of retention, folks. So, you know, in our new format, what we've done, it's a longer, but for the busy folks out there, we've put in the description timestamps. So the topic that really applies to you could just click on that topic, listen to what you want to listen to, and later on, when you're driving in your car, in the traffic, or just listening to your podcast at home on Spotify, the audio versions, or on YouTube, and you want to hear the entire thing with my voice, you can listen to the entire show and, you know, give us your feedback and let us know what you think. So thank you. We'd really appreciate the continued support, and we kicked off the year with a bang, folks. So get things moving along. Trinidad and Tobago, for those of you who don't know, took on Bolivia in a friendly outside the FIFA international window, but Bolivia is preparing for some serious qualification games coming up. They have a good chance of making it to Qatar. And you know, I got tongue tied there, to Qatar. And you know, this game, you know, was definitely a test. Unfortunately, Trinidad and Tobago lost 5-0. We have our analysis, which we'll do. It's very different from our usual analysis. It's a much more in-depth. But what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at Trinidad and Tobago's head coach, Angus Eve's summarized post-match comments. Now, before we do that, we also have the full version of that available. We'll put a link in the description below for the full length of you know, the comments after the game, for those who want to listen to the entire thing. But this is a very condensed version. So let's take a look, folks.
I haven't played a game where the opposition brought oxygen tanks to the training for you, and they put 2 oxygen tanks in the dressing room for you for the game and 2 on the bench. That alone tells you what they know to be their strengths and what they know that would hamper us. It was very difficult in the warm-up. I hope you don't get upset with me, but in the warm-up, we lost Coach Clayton Ince, and he was just jogging around and kicking ball to the goalkeepers and warming them up, and he fell ill and had to go and be taken back to the dressing room and given oxygen, and Marvin had to finish the warm-up for Fonset. It was difficult to execute the game plan simply because the players physically was, I mean, for the first 35 minutes, 33 minutes, we limit them to shooting from outside the box and not getting those balls that they like to play for the captain that he normally spins on the back post. We had a full data analyzation of everything that Bolivia has done in the last 3 matches. And we dissected the way that they play the 3-5-2, you know, the way that they attack. They try to come to the middle and then go to the flanks. They whip the ball inward from the left side and straight across from the right side. So basically, yeah, from that standpoint, we prepared for that. What we didn't prepare for was the players losing oxygen as much as they were, as fast as they were. If you look, the midfield was spent after the first 32nd minute, where we were firmly inside the game and firmly in the game, and you know, and limited them just to shots. I saw a reporter put how much shots was taken from them, but how much of them were on target and how much of the shots that wasn't in the statistics. So Ryan was the player to occupy as much as possible, because he was one of the fitter players that we actually had, because he had a full season. And hence the reason why we use Ryan in that case. And if I check his GPS now, you'll see the amount of mileage that he put in. Unfortunately, we didn't keep the ball well enough to bring Ryan into the game so that we could have gotten to use the strengths that he has, which is that pace and power and shooting power. We couldn't reach him close enough to do so. There was a number of other players that we wanted to see who we have not seen, but the clubs wouldn't release them because the game was out of the window. We also knew that the game was out of the window, so we knew that we couldn't have a certain amount of players, but we wanted to give some of the younger guys. Rashford has been knocking in the door for a long time. Malik Khan, who I think is going to be one of the players for Trinidad to watch in the near future. And I don't want to say this too much on the press because I don't want to swell his head. He's a young kid, 17, and I thought he acquitted himself very well when he came on the park yesterday. Fortune, I got to see him. I didn't see him before. I get to see him. We were hoping to see Malcolm, who is a center forward. The likes of Isaiah Lee, we wanted to see him more in that game. But unfortunately, for club reasons, and some of the players couldn't come. We also wanted to see Dwayne Muckett would have been that midfielder playing that number 10 role, and also Liam Archer would have been at the back. Unfortunately, they had visa issues and they couldn't go. And Jermaine Neptune, he was playing tremendous football before we left. And so some of the players that we actually wanted to see, we didn't get to see them in this trip. Is that the guys went out there and they gave of the best. And I know that people watching the 5, and I'm really, really extremely disappointed. Not just for the guys, but for the country, because I know 5-0 is always 5-0. You could try to sugarcoat it how much it was, but it was really difficult for the guys out there. And I give them a lot of kudos because Uruguay were beaten 3-0, and Uruguay had the likes of Suarez. They had, Caceres at the back, the captain, Godin, and all these players, and they were beaten 3 and we were beaten 5. So it's a difficult place to go, but we'd have learned a lot of lessons from the travel, for the intense travel, and the professionalism in which we've been treated here. If we only get half of that back home, maybe we do well for the country.
So there you have it, folks. We're back. That's what Angus Eve had to say. And, we have, like I said before, the full version of that. I'll put a link in the description below where you can go to and, check it out. It's much more lengthy. He goes into detail about his tactical approaches and some of the issues that are affecting Trinidad and Tobago. So we have a link for that in the description below if you guys want to jump to that afterwards and pay attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into some analysis of, this particular game. We try to go a bit more deeper than we usually do. It's very difficult for me to really maneuver all this. It's very difficult. I'm like an octopus, but I think I'm getting better at it, folks. And you all could give me a feedback if I'm getting better or not. So we're gonna head across to our next topic. Gambia has qualified for the knockout stages of the AFCON nations, folks. Tom Saintfiet, the Belgian coach who coached Trinidad and Tobago several years ago, has now done an amazing thing. They got a beautiful last-minute goal from forgive me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, from Albi Jallo, who's, I think he scored in 3 matches 2 goals. He's doing really well. He plays as in the Belgian first division for club Serang. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. He's on loan from Liga 1 Metz, and that goal was amazing. So Gambia now second in the group. They qualified on top with 7 points with Mali, and I think they have to play Guinea on Monday, depending on when this is uploaded. And folks, I'm really excited because the Gambian folks have shown us a lot of love about how I could relate to this joy that they're feeling. They were ranked 150th, I think, one of the lowest ranked teams in the I don't know, I think it's really low, but the fact is that they're doing well. This is a team that was not doing well. Tom came in, got them into the AFCON nations, the AFCON tournament, and basically they are now living the dream, folks. And they have great players, and the fans have been letting me know about how they have a really strong team. They have team players that play in La Liga and Serie A and so on. So they have a strong team, and I'm really happy for them. This game was really exciting because I took a look at it. It's very difficult to watch all these games in between, but it's very tough because I took a look at one of the games, and I'll be honest with you. That penalty was very dramatic for me because I think it was in, if we pull up my notes here really quick, in the 42nd minute, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, Babukar Gay, like I said, please forgive me, he saved Jaziri's penalty in the 42nd spot, which Tunisia has not been doing great with penalties, folks, and also penalties have been, a lucky charm for Gambia. And then that amazing goal in the last second, I can't remember what minute it was, but it was maybe like in 93rd minute, I don't know, but it scored. As a result, Gambia they're in, and I have to be honest with you, I think it's exciting to see how well Gambia have been doing. I think it's amazing the journey that has taken place, and I'm gonna try to contain my excitement because we have interviews with Tom St. Feed. You could check that out in the description below. We also have a lot of people giving their feedback into this particular game. So an interesting tournament, and it continues to show me that anything is possible. Anything is possible. So as I said, Gambia are now going to play Guinea on Monday, and to me, that is something I'm going to look forward to. The AFCON Nations is very exciting. There's a lot of chaotic things that have been going on. Some bizarre refereeing decisions. But, obviously with the connection with Tom, who I know as well, I'm very excited to see how they do. I love fairy tales. And, people of Gambia, keep sending me your comments, keep supporting the channel. And we'll continue to follow the AFCON Nations and discuss, everything that is African football and globally. So, our next topic, which I'm going to load up really quickly, folks, is something that's very exciting for me. And you'll see why in a moment. But for those of you who are just joining us, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below. I'm trying to do this all myself, folks. I'm trying my best. It's a little bit tough, but, I'm trying to make it work. But, it is what it is. So like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. But let's head across to our next topic, folks. Trinidad Tobago goalkeeper Greg Ranjitsingh has signed for Toronto FC. Now, this is very exciting for anybody who follows Trinidad Tobago football. This guy has been in and around the lineup. Stephen Hart called him up years ago. I think he played in a closed-door friendly. I'm not sure. But the fact is, he's been working his way up, folks. And Toronto FC is not a team that jokes around, folks. I think, they have both Bradley's there as coach and the son playing. It's very interesting. They also signed Giovinco years ago at a very young age. And also, it looks like if Insignia is there as well. So they are going to have a strong team. I remember when Giovinco, the Atomic Ant, was there. He did really well. He got into the pretty much the MLS and just destroyed everybody at a young age. He was at number 10. He played at the Euros way back when. How much years ago? You all can remind me when that was. And, to me, what that shows is that this is a very ambitious team. A very ambitious team. And these guys are not afraid to make signings of big players. And the fact that they chose Greg Ranjitsingh, Bob Bradley, because I always mix them up, Bob Bradley and Michael Bradley. He's one of my favorite American players, by the way. I actually have his jersey. To sign this guy shows how much they value this guy. So I'm going to pull up the comments made by Toronto FC, where he indicated that what his reasons for signing Greg Ranjitsingh. So I'm going to head over to that, folks. There, we found it. There we go. I'm getting better, folks. I'm getting a little bit better. So let's take a look here. So, there we go. So Toronto FC signs. This is from the official website. Toronto FC announced today that the club has signed goalkeeper Greg Ranjitsingh throughout 2023 with an option for 2024. Greg's experience and mentality make him an excellent addition to our goalkeeper core this season, said Toronto FC head coach and sporting director Bob Bradley. So that's interesting. A head coach and a sporting director. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. I'm pretty sure it has been done, but sporting director is usually a separate role. But I guess that's interesting because if you're the coach and the sporting director, you have a lot of say in the type of players you have. Ranjitsingh, 28, most recently served as a Major League Soccer's pool goalkeeper during the 2021 season. Born in Scarborough, which is for those of you who don't know, I'm from Trinidad Tobago, so that's Tobago, our sister isle. Ranjitsingh spent time with the Philadelphia Union 2021, Minnesota United FC 2022, Orlando City 2019, making a combined 5 appearances before signing as a league emergency player in July 2021. Prior to the MLS, he made 90 appearances for Louisville City FC of the USL Championship throughout 4 seasons, 2015-2018. He helped lead the club to consecutive USL Cup titles 2017 and 2018, keeping clean sheets in both finals. Before joining Louisville, Ranjitsingh played college soccer at Mercer University from 2011 to 2014, earning the Southern Conference Goalkeeper of the Year award and getting named to the All-Conference team during his senior year. So he's been doing well, folks. He's been doing well. Internationally, Ranjitsingh, for Trinidad Tobago fans, they'll know this, was a member of the Trinidad Tobago's 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup team. He made his first appearance in a closed-door friendly against Canada. Oh, yeah, so I was right. On July 2019. Greg, folks, Greg Ranjitsingh is a guy, a lot of Trinidad Tobago fans have been asking about him. James Beard, who's on our show, he's a former goalkeeper. He really understands that, Trinidad Tobago we have a lot of good goalkeepers. And, the fact is that James Beard indicated that this is a guy that probably should be playing for us a lot more, but we have Adrian Fonset. Friendrop is also good as well. So it's good that in the goalkeeping era, we have some top quality goalkeepers, also Marvin Phillips. So this is great news. This is great news for Greg Ranjitsingh. It's great for Trinidad Tobago. It's great for everybody involved. And, I'd really like to say, as somebody who's a fan of Trinidad Tobago football, this is a good move. We're going to head into our next topic. Folks, on next topic, which would be a little bit of a different topic and a very exciting topic. It's an international topic, but I have to talk about it because I'm a fan of Serie A. It is Italian, striker Mario Balotelli basically has been recalled to Italy by Roberto Mancini. Now, let me give you all some context. Mario Balotelli is a very interesting character. I liked him at Inter Milan. He has always been a very talented player, but he has always been eccentric. He's always done weird things. A lot of people pass it down to his youth. At Inter Milan, he was a great player. At one game when they defeated Barcelona, he famously threw the jersey on the ground and stepped on it. While he was at Inter Milan, he was wearing an AC Milan jersey. He went to England, spent some time with Man City. Then he came back to AC Milan. And Mancini and him have a real father-son type relationship. They really do. They have a relationship that, they fight. There's even a picture, which I'll probably try to load up, where they almost came to blows at a Man City training session. He heads across the AC Milan, the rivals of Inter Milan, and everybody kept making excuses for him. He went to France. I think he's in Turkey right now. And, he really messed up his career as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a wasted talent, kind of like Cassano. And now, Mancini's offering a way back in. Maybe it's because right now they're missing that big number 9 dynamic striker. And, Mancini's going to give him a chance, folks. And I think, he's a good player, but we'll see how it goes. So, he had a statement, which I'm going to pull up really quickly. He basically kind of pleaded to Mancini back in November that he wanted to get in to the national team. There we go. So this is his statement that he had. So I'm going to pull it up. Let's take a look at it, folks. So there we go. So it reads, I feel good after the last 2.5 years. I feel ready to return to the national team. This is back in December, folks. It would be a dream, I guess. I'd be leaving Turkey by foot now if I knew I got the call up in March, he told OCW Sport. I have a very good relationship with Mancini, which he does. And I've always had it. It's like a father-son thing. He needs to tell me what he wants from me so that I can return to the national team, and I will. If I've heard it lately, yes. what he wants from me has already been said several times. So I guess they know each other. Balotelli continued, I do not have to promise anything to myself. He knows if I'm okay. Why shouldn't he call me? For my characteristics, I could play with everybody, even with Ciro Immobile. Would I take penalty kicks? I won't reply because that would create controversy. But everybody knows I can take spot kicks. Every footballer dreams of being a striker of his national team. So, folks, this guy is interesting. So we're going to end this off. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Mario Balotelli, returning to the Italian setup? To me, even by his statements back then, this is a guy I think has a lot of issues. Maybe fame just did not work for him. It has happened before. But Mario Balotelli, folks, Italy is not sure about qualifying for Qatar. So maybe this may make Mancini or break him. And it shows you how fickle Italian football is. You can win the Euros and then he's on the verge of being criticized. So folks, Mario Balotelli, fans of him and Syria, let me know what you think. Italian fans from all over the planet, let me know. Sandro as well. He comes on every once in a while as a guest and a correspondent for EXTV. We did the Euros. He could give us his thoughts on that. So folks, once again, we've come to the end of the EXTV podcast, episode 3. It's very long, but we've had a lot of good responses. You can go in the comment section below and jump to the topic you'd like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And once again, folks, thank you for supporting the channel. It's been brilliant, and have a great evening. We've got lots of football to talk about. Thank you for watching.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.